Hello everyone, I am Jecee Namey from Electronics and I welcome you all to this Docker demonstration. In this video we will explore the Docker containerization and we will see the actual process of working with Docker. So before moving for the further demonstration, let's see the parameters, that is what is Docker, Docker file, Docker image and Docker container. So basically Docker is a platform for containerization. It allows you to create and manage containers which are lightweight, portable and isolated environments for running applications and services. Docker provides tools for building, sharing and running containers. Docker file is a text file that contains instructions to build a Docker image. It specifies the base image to sets up the environment and adds application code and dependencies and configure how the container should run. Docker files are used to create reproducible and version controlled image. The next is Docker image. Docker image is a snapshot of a file that contains application code, libraries and dependencies along with the configuration settings. Images are created from Docker file and can be thought of as read-only templates. They are used to create Docker container. The next is Docker container. A Docker container is a runnable instance of a Docker image. It is a lightweight and isolated environment that runs a specific application or service. Containers are created from Docker image and are capable of running on various platforms and environments. So in short, we can say that Docker uses Docker file to build Docker image and Docker images are used to create Docker containers. Containers are where your application runs in isolated environment. So let's start with the Docker demonstration. In this demonstration we are going to perform two parts. In part 1 we will be pulling the existing image in the Docker hub and in part 2 we will create our own image. So let's start with part 1. So this is Windows PowerShell. At first we will log into our account, Docker login. So now we have logged in successfully. Then we will check the version of Docker desktop which we have installed. Docker version. So this is the version of the desktop which we have installed. Now before pulling the image, let's check out the images which are existing in the Docker hub. So as we can see here, we have a lot of images, but for this time we will pull the image of Nginx. So the command to pull the image of Nginx is docker pull Nginx. So let's do it. This might take few seconds. So now the image is pulled successfully. Let's check it. Docker images. So here is the image of Nginx which we have created right now. Now let's run that image by giving the command docker run -- name. Give the name to the image. Let's say XYZ -t-p. We can assign a port number 30801:94 and the name of image, that is Nginx. So now the images. So now the container is created by running the image. Let's check it by giving the command docker ps. So here is the container of Nginx created. We can also see the created image and container in the Docker desktop. So here is the image which we have created and the container with the name XYZ and with the assigned port number is created. So let's start with the part B. So as you can see here, we have a lot of images in the Docker Hub repository and we can pull any of these existing images. But if you want to create your own image, you need to use a Docker file. A Docker file is nothing but a text file that contains a set of instructions used to build a Docker image. So here I have already created a very simple Java file which simply prints hello world, and then we are going to create the Docker file where we will build the image from an Nginx image. and then we will give the command as run app update, then run app install default JDK. Why? This install the newest version of the Java JDK. Then we need to add why, because here is going to be prompt whenever we install this default JDK, rather than we want to install yes or no. So we are going to set the -y to tell it already that we are going to say yes. Otherwise our container is going to crash. Then we will copy all the stuff present, all the stuff of our current folder to the position inside the container, and then we will run java c and our java file. Then we are going to compile the java file, which simply runs using java. So we are already inside the same folder which contains the Docker file and the Java file. So let's build it. Docker build -t, give it a tag, let's say Java from the current position. This might take few seconds. So now the image is created. Let's check it by giving the command docker images. So here is the name of the image which we have created right now. Now we will run that image. Docker run --new, let's say pqr -d assign a port number 30802:94. And the name of the image is Java. So the image of Java is, so the container of Java is created. Let's check it by giving the command docker ps-e. So here is the container of Java which we have created right now. Now let's add a tag to our image. Docker tag, the name of the image Java, username / the name of the image. So now let's see Docker images. So this is the tag which we have given to our image. Now let's push this image. Docker push so the image is pushed successfully. So now let's take it in the local hub repositories. So this is the name of the image Java which we have pushed. And if you want to, this is the push command if we want to push this image. I hope this helped to get better understanding of how we can run Java file inside the container.